very good morning to you. Hope you're doing okay. Gold made a sell, so just be aware of that. And it looked like a massive move. It might have been a big stop hunt. It went all the way up to 2,000. Of course, it would have triggered a lot of stops, like a hell of a lot of stops up there because of the round number. And really, it could have continued higher, to be honest with you. But what's happened now is that it's not so much, I think, it's that they've gone long, but they've reduced those shorts. So by reducing shorts, it's bearish. Okay, so I don't know if anyone would be that crazy to be buying up here, but it's more like a reduction of shorts. So a reduction of short is telling us less shorts. How does that happen? Well, they get stopped out. And so a reduction of shorts tells us a stop hunt at 2,000, and that move here is the consequence of that. That's the it can be more long or less short, but I don't know if anyone would be that nuts to be buying over 2,000. Maybe they were. I personally think it would be a bit too crazy, even for the retail guys. So I think it's a reduction of shorts and then therefore stop hunt right at the round number. And we made a sell, so we can make a box here, here-ish, isn't it? Can't quite remember. Oh no, we can do one here. In fact, yeah, that's the one, isn't it? This is the box. So it was 1987, 1975 ish. Yeah. So we know that's a resistance box. Let's click that off. And then we can just come back to it tomorrow. And if that's the case, it's going to potentially fall. And there's your stop loss placement, right? Based on the punishment zone upper. It's wide already. It's already quite wide. It's $20. But we'll just come back to it tomorrow and we'll see how we fared. And of course, depending on the FOMC and what Powell says, it's going to really shift this one way or the other. And so, that's just a theoretical resistance, but it will depend on what Powell says. And I imagine he's going to want to soothe the markets, and the reaction on gold will be really interesting. We'll look at S&P because this helped our risk calc, and the fact that they sold it, we were going to flip to risk off if they carried on going long, but they went short, which is great for our risk calc. So we were on the precipice of being a big puke, but fortunately for us, the herd had to sell it, and you can see why. It looks quite scary and things, and big moves to the downside. So it might have been news related. It probably is with the S&P, or it could have been price related. If it's looking really ugly and really heavy, they're going to sell it, aren't they? So it's very, very naughty. And we are a little bit sideways, to be honest with you, the last couple of hours. Got to be careful with the crossover as well. So we'll have to come back to this. We can probably draw a box here. They sold it here. So this is going to be a support. And then we just come back to it tomorrow, can't we? US 30. And yeah, we can draw another box below. Hopefully these videos are useful. So they're quite accurate. Here's the crossover, isn't it? Round about there. So we've got that as support. So we can go okay, and that. So we might come down and retest it, or we continue higher. Be careful because it looks like they're going long, and we might get the crossover for a sell. If we do, we'll come back down to here. If they continue, then we'll break, and then we'll go quite ugly. So we don't want them to be buying the dip at all. We want them to be selling. So it's fairly straightforward. And lastly, DAX. We're coming up to that resistance zone. The reason for it is because they've gone long, and so that's therefore created like a supply. You can see the respect, a probe into that supply, and big reaction. We might be seeing this similar again. Yeah, that's fine. So you can see above this, it's going to be okay. And see what's happened is that they went low. And now they're starting to sell here. So This was a huge candle. This is a support candle. How scary that is. Really dumped, and now it's to support. So obviously currently strong resistance, strong support. The support is huge below because of the size. I guess we can look at EU and then wrap up the video. That's a big old move, isn't it? It's quite scary. Well, they sold it, and then we're going long. So yeah, I think we won't bother doing the boxes. It's kind of hard to say, isn't it? I'm gonna probably get rid of those boxes. I think. Yeah, remove those because we had a support and a support, and you can see, you know, we dipped into that demand area because that's where they sold it. So you come down just to test them, just to tease them, come down to their break even, and then we rallied off that. And they have sold it, you know, 1, 2. You can probably argue they sold there 3, 4, 5, right? But however, they might be selling it again. So got to be careful. Obviously, strong resistance overhead. And this wouldn't be a recommendation to enter any trades because of FOMC tomorrow. But do note that I have been selling EU. Okay, I'll do a Patreon video now. Same logic as that there won't be trade recommendations, just observations. Okay, so trade safely and I'll speak to you guys later.